Hi, you guys. Welcome back to another Life Skills with Chris. Today we are going to talk about a topic that's a little bit touchy, and I think a lot of parents worry about this, and so I think it's good to get it out there. Like, to verbalize your concerns is probably one of the best things that you can do, because sometimes when you verbalize it, it becomes a thing, right? And then you can deal with that thing. So let's get on with it. You suck as a parent. And when I say you suck as a parent, it doesn't mean just you. It means me. I suck as a parent. It means John down the street, or Steve, or Brenda, or whoever you want to think about. We all suck as parents in one way or another. There is no parent out there that is the perfect parent, because if there was the perfect parents, they would be teaching classes on how to be the best parent. But you know what? If you ever go to a parenting class, the instructors and the teachers will be the first ones to say, like, I'm not a perfect parent. So I think we all need to embrace the fact that we suck as parents. But why? Why do we suck as parents? I don't think it's because we're doing anything wrong. I think it's because we feel like we're failing. So let's get down to a couple points of why we feel like we're failing and why it's not a big deal. So let's talk about development, right? Your kids and their development is something that we really base our success or failures on. Sometimes parents will live their whole entire adult life of where their kids are in school and things like that, and they will base if they are a good parent on how successful their kids are. And we got to stop doing that. First off, there's no way you as a parent can control what your child is doing. Second, your child is going to feel a lot of pressure if you are basing your success on their success. There are a lot of kids who are great at school. They're great at math, they're great at science, English, social studies, history. Like, they're great at all of that, but they are horrible at sports. There are some that are great at sports and bad at academic subjects. There are some that are great at making friends but horrible at everything else. Does it mean that they're bad kids or we failed as parents? No. If your kid is 2 and isn't developing the same way as other 2-year-olds, does that mean that you're failing as a parent? No, it means that you are living your life and you are raising your child in the way that you see fit. There's no one in this world that can tell you that you are failing as a parent except for you. And I think that we need to get that in our heads. So development, learning, if your kid is doing the best that they can and you're doing the best that you can, that's all that matters. Nothing else in the world matters. Not the person down the street, the mom that's in the PTA that looks like they have a perfect life put together. None of that matters. It's what you are doing with your kid. And I think we need to get that in our heads. Next is pressure. I think we're taught about peer pressure as a kid, and we know about peer pressure, but we always succumb to peer pressure. We're always looking at how the super mom at school is able to get their kids ready super early. They're at school super early. Their kids are dressed and looking good and sharp every single day. The mom is dressed super nice. They drive a super nice car. The kids have perfect manners. Their homework always looks perfect. Their lunches are in neat little bento boxes with cute little cut up things and little love notes, and that's what we put as the pinnacle of being a parent. The mom that drives their kids every single place and is at every single practice. We got to stop that. We got to realize that that is not a thing. It might look like a thing, but deep down inside, that person is probably stressed out. They're probably just as worried about being the perfect parent as you are. And we got to stop doing that to ourselves. We got to think about how we are doing good and what we are doing to make our kids better. So stop letting peer pressure make you feel like a bad parent. Because the reality is, you don't suck as a parent. There's no one that can tell you that you suck as a parent except for you. Next, I would say providing for your kids is probably a big thing too. A lot of parents view their level of success as a parent as what they can give their kids, and they will make that focus on a lot of things, right? Like, I can't provide an iPhone for my kid, or I can't pay for sports activities for my kids, or I can't give them the vacations that they want, or I can't buy this and I can't buy that. I can't provide for my kids, and so therefore I'm a failure as a parent. When I grew up, I had stuff and I didn't have stuff. My parents were able to afford certain things and weren't able to afford other things. I know other families that were able to afford less than I was. I know some families who were able to afford more than I had. But when it all came down to it, the parents were not graded, or their level of success was not based on what they were able to provide and pay for their family. Their level of success was based on how well they took care of their kids. As parents, it doesn't matter if you are able to provide vacations and Happy Meals every single day, and toys and electronics and trips and all those things. That doesn't make you a better parent. Sometimes that can make you a worse parent. It's what you do with the time that you have with your kids that makes you a good parent or not a good parent. Next, screen time. I don't know how many times I have heard parents talk about how they don't want to let their kids have too much screen time because it's going to melt their brains, and that they shouldn't use their phones and iPads and TVs and all that stuff too much because it's a direct reflection of their ability as a parent. If I can't keep my kids entertained and educated and all these things for a certain amount of time without them having to play on the computer or something like that, then I'm failing as a parent. I think our mindset is very much stuck in what we grew up in. And I think our parents probably had the same kind of idea, right? Like, their kids were not growing up the same way they were growing up, and so they felt like they were failing their kids. Today, there is technology all over the place. Kids are going to need to learn how to use this technology. You, as a parent, right now are on a phone or a computer looking at a video. Kids are going to do the same thing. And it's not because they are not being taught, but it's a different medium of education today. Today, I've talked to many of my kids' teachers, and the topic was how much screen time is good and how much screen time is bad. And they were like, it depends on what you're doing. If your kids are watching educational material, playing on educational apps like math apps and history shows and things like that, like, let your kids learn. And today, that's how they learn. They're going to learn through computers. They're going to learn through all of that. And especially right now during a pandemic, we're stuck in a situation where that's the only way that they're going to get some information that they can't get anywhere else. So relax. If your kids are using their iPads or watching TV and they're doing something educational, let them. That's just going to be their way of learning. You're not failing as a parent if you are letting your kids watch the History Channel or Discovery Channel or Animal Planet or watching some documentary on YouTube. You're not failing. You're just doing things a little different. And that wraps that up. Like I said, stop worrying so much about the other parents. Worry about yourself. Look at what you are doing for your family and for your kids. As a parent, you just need to make sure that your kids are well taken care of. And I am sure most of you guys are taking care of your kids to the best of your ability. Does that make you a bad parent if you're not the same as some other parent? No. It makes you a different parent. And we're all different. And I think we just need to appreciate that. Well, thank you for tuning in and watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and took something out of it. Stay tuned for my next video. Bye.